What's up, guys?
Hey, was Sunny. So, explain. Tell me what you think about what you've learned about powerlifting in the last, I would say, year. What do you think? Whatever comes to your mind.
I used
This is
to
me, by the way.
I used to do bodybuilding exercises before,
Hmm.
and when I started doing powerlifting, it's totally different. It's
That was in the beginning, right?
as in the beginning.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a very internalized sport, and the motivation comes from deep within you,
Yeah.
and it's harder than anything else I've tried.
Mm. Mm.
Um, like week by week, the percentages go up,
Mm.
and you have nowhere to run. I mean, you have to eat right,
Mm.
you have to sleep right,
Mm.
you have to train right,
Yeah.
and a lot of time I got injured too.
Yes.
But that's part of the journey,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. Yes.
And
So you've competed now in quite a few competitions. You've done, you have good experience. You know what I'm saying? Um, So how would you say that, especially the last year you haven't competed, you haven't done it? What did you pick up in this moment? What was different in the last year you didn't compete, and you've been at home, you've still been training. What do you see? What did you see?
well,
What if you learned anything, what do you think what would you pass on to people?
so when we started training together as a team, we
Mm,
worked really hard for 2 years.
yes.
With very little break in between.
Yeah.
So then I decided to take a break in February last year, and
Mhm.
I just couldn't find that motivation to come back. I was enjoying the break. Then I started running,
Mhm.
and I actually ran a marathon,
Yes. Yeah.
and I was enjoying that at the time. But then after a few months, as in my core, powerlifting is my natural sport.
Yes.
So after that break, I felt the urge to come back to powerlifting.
Okay.
So I slowly started lifting again, and when I started lifting, I found out that I was a much more humble guy than before when I was competing. I
Right.
learned a lot because the weights, everything felt heavier. The bar felt heavier, even the 25s felt heavier. So, but that was the motivation that I had to start from almost the beginning again.
So just before you continue that point, just explain what was your best in competition. Let's say, for example, in the deadlift, what is the most you lifted?
I lifted 512,
Okay, and this
yeah,
is completely drug tested and natural.
completely drug tested.
Okay, so now you're coming back to the point where you had to go, and the 25s felt heavy, the 45s felt heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, please go on.
Yeah, so everything was feeling heavy, but then as always, I consulted you that this is what's happening.
Mm.
So what should be my plan right now?
Mm.
So as you told me that I should slowly go up like 10 pounds every week,
Yeah.
and don't give up, you know. So that's what I did, and now I'm in like my 7th week, I think, and I'm back in my 75% of my previous max,
Yeah.
and the weights are feeling real good. Like I'm
So
stronger than before.
stronger than before, and
Yeah.
and and some of the differences that you have right now is you're not even using a belt for the weight that you used the belt before.
Mm.
That's one thing. Another thing is that, what would you say you learned? Let's say, for example, in the deadlift, would you say that your technique is improved by reducing the weight and building a stronger foundation and coming up slower?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So right now I'm lifting the weights which I always lifted with a belt
mm-hmm.
before,
Yeah.
but since I started from just 140, 135
Yes.
on everything, on bench, on squat and deadlift,
Yeah.
and I didn't use any belt. So I've done so much volume in the last 2 months and focused on my technique a lot that I'm doing weights right now without the belt, which I've never done before, and they
Exactly.
felt easier than what they were 2 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So all this. So you were able to practice your technique with the lighter weights, with less pressure,
Mm-hmm.
with the lower intensities,
Mm-hmm.
and you are also able to actually get stronger because you're doing practicing more reps.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So would you say that not only has this uh, helped your physical abilities, but it has also helped your internal abilities as far as your character development. What would you say to that?
Well, it takes a lot of humility
Yeah,
to start at just one plate when you have lifted in 500s. It's
exactly.
take a lot of you feel bad that, oh, I used to lift this and look where I am now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're wiser than before, and you
Uh,
know you will even surpass what you have done before. You just gotta stay patient. You
so
know,
that so what you exactly the key word there you would say is patience
patience,
and humility,
patience, humility, and wisdom,
wisdom,
which you gather
wisdom.
along the journey.
So you've actually lifted 135 for all these reps, and then you built your way back up. Where are you right now?
All
Would
right,
you
now,
let's take for example the squat. Where
yeah.
did you start and where are you right now? Just an example.
So when I started in first week, I was just doing 135 for 4 sets of 10.
Yes.
Say, right now I'm doing 325 for 4 sets of 10.
Wow.
And I have never done like more than 1 set of 10 with 325 before. And now I
Exactly.
can do 4 sets.
And just to give people an idea, your squat, you hit what? What was the most you hit in competition?
It was 436.
436.
Yeah, I
And you
think I
attempted what before?
447.
447.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
which I
okay.
almost got.
Almost got,
Yeah.
almost got. Yes. So in all that, now you're lifting. Your base is actually stronger than before.
Very stronger.
And what about the belt? Were you using the belt for the squat
Yeah.
before?
I didn't use the belt till 295,
Okay,
and after that I started using the belt. You know.
okay, okay.
But in deadlift, I'm
Not
gonna
using.
do 405 next week, and I still don't feel the need to use the belt right now because my
Okay,
core is stronger.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And how did you feel? Explain to explain to me.
Mhm.
When you stopped lifting weights in February, how did you feel in that moment? What made you stop, for example?
Um, First of all, I got sick after last competition,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I was actually enjoying the break. When I
Okay.
stopped lifting, I just wanted to go in the gym and play around with the weights and not be all, give it my 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So I was enjoying at that time, and then I just felt the need to run for some reason, and I started running, and I was
So
enjoying that at that time.
would I be correct to say that in all the time that you did other things, you still stayed busy physically? You built hunger again for the gym?
It naturally happened
Okay.
when I was running, and then I was like, I just really felt the need to lift heavy weights again. And
Okay.
internally, I think that's what I am, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I will always be, a
Okay.
power lifter.
Would you say that hunger, I agree with you. Would you say that hunger is internal hunger? Just like
Yeah.
you talked about one day when you said you have to be hungry for physical food.
Hmm.
Would you say that the same thing is true with doing something that sometimes you burn out and you need to have a break, not necessarily stop it completely, but
Hmm.
do something different
Do something
in order
different.
to build back the hunger for what you used to do?
Yeah, yeah. Well, at that time, I didn't know why it was happening.
Right,
I was just
right,
going with the flow.
right.
But after all that months of not training hard
Exactly.
or seriously,
Yeah.
I found out that it was part of what I am now. It
Okay.
had to happen like that.
So what exactly? So it made sense again.
It made sense again that why I did what I did last year.
Yes.
And now I'm back in the sport again, and I'm much wiser because I've stayed away from the weights.
Yes.
And this hunger wouldn't have developed if I hadn't gone away from the weights.
Yes, yes,
You know.
yeah. That's what I see because not only have you say you got wiser, you built your character, humility, patience, and in my view, and not necessarily in everybody's,
Mm-hmm.
but in order for really big gains, you need to do things correctly,
Yeah.
and you need to learn certain things because you know that in powerlifting, when you're lifting one rep at 98%,
Mm-hmm.
you know what you have to overcome internally.
Yeah.
So in order to build that internal one rep max ability, internally and externally, physically, you need a good base.
Very good base. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And
So
you'll crumble under the weights
you
otherwise.
you crumble under the weight.
Yeah.
So you need to develop yourself. Would you say externally as well as internally?
As well as
Which one do you think is lacking in the gym and in society in general?
Well, it's obviously internal part is lacking. you know, because externally, people, they want to look good. They want to shout in the gym. They want to try to lift heavy weights with ego, so they can get praises from people.
Yeah,
But they're lacking the internal part, which makes you humble actually,
exactly.
which makes you quiet while lifting the weights and respectful of other people. That's what I don't see in the gym.
And if you do make noise, it's coming from an honest place.
It's coming from an honest place.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And you're not faking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if where you are right now, right, in terms of all this lifting and all these things you've explained that you've improved, character, humility, patience, physical stronger right now in the base, what advice would you give to people, just generally, maybe people who are coming up, people who've taken a rest from maybe not powerlifting, but whatever sport that they're in? It could be fighting, boxing, whatever, and they're sitting down in that transition where they've stopped it. What advice would you give to them?
First of all, I'd say be hopeful and positive that you'll get there again. You know, all you need to do is just stay patient and stick with your technique and stick with the plan you have, and don't give up,
Right.
and keep doing the things the right way.
Would it be correct for me to say that you find yourself again after
Of course,
losing yourself a
yeah.
little bit?
Yeah, I think if you stick with the basic points I mentioned,
Yes.
humility and patience and hard work,
Yeah.
I think you'll find yourself a better person than you were before.
Exactly. So you would say improvement is on not just the weightlifting, not just the numbers, but so much is there in character, internal strengths that you've mentioned.
Yeah, there's a certain satisfaction that you get if you stick with those spiritual points.
Oh yes, yes.
You know, there's a certain, no matter what you're lifting at that time,
Yeah.
there's a certain satisfaction to it because you're not lifting for anybody else.
Yeah.
And if you stay on the right path, then obviously your number will go up. They
Yes.
will go up. They are bound to go up. There's no other way around.
Exactly. Exactly. So in closing, if you had to, again, I've already asked you that, but if you had to give some advice to somebody who's like stuck in a place where their life has gone wrong, or in my view, you find a certain outlet in life to express yourself. This is for me. It could be anything. It could be music. It could be art. It could be business. It could be lifting. You see what I'm saying? In your case, most likely it's powerlifting that you can honestly express yourself
Yep.
from the depths of who you are. So there are many people who find something that they've honestly been able to express themselves, and they've stopped doing that. What would you say is some of the things that helped you to get back into finding that powerlifting was something that you could honestly express yourself?
First off, this is the thing I'm best at in my life. You know, I just can express myself. I think I can do this powerlifting better than anything else in my life.
Okay.
Not saying that I cannot do other things, but this is the best thing I've done so far. And you remember one time when I almost gave up.
Yeah.
Because I was, flying in the high wind at that time, and I was lifting heavy weights, and then we finished the meet, and I couldn't lift even half of what I used to lift, and I almost gave up. And then you were there for me, telling me your life story, that how many times you've fallen down
Yeah.
from heavy weights to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you were my motivation at that time. I
Right.
think I'll do the same thing to other people who are facing the same dilemma which I faced at that time.
Yes.
That
Yes.
you tell them how I fell down on the ground so many times. It just makes you more humble and more wiser. You should take it as a positive sign,
Yes.
and just wait slowly to get back on track again.
Yes.
But keep on doing it. Don't give up.
Yes.
That's the bottom line.
Yes. All right. All right. Thanks a lot for that, Sunny, for sharing some of your points. And hopefully it's not the last time we talk. Thanks, man.
All right.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye.